Teaching is not a waste of time for you if you consider it training. Use the chance to build competences beyond academia. You know it, I know it. 99% of you will leave academia sooner or later. You came to study, to learn, to get a degree, maybe to do a PhD or a postdoc. Rarely you get a group leader position and then a professorship. So most of you will leave academia sooner or later. And then you follow up alternative career pathways, which are not really the alternative, but it's the rule, it's the majority of you leaving academia. And then what competences do you have after, for example, leaving after your PhD? What do you carry with you? Anxiety? Stress? A whole list of scientific papers that not really a lot of people are interested in the outside world? What are the actual skills and competences that make you valuable everywhere? We often treat teaching as a burden. It's a distraction, it steals time from our research time, and especially in the PhD and postdoc phases, it seems like a waste of time. You know that you thought this when you were assigned a teaching duty recently. I would like to tell you why I think this is a wrong mindset, that teaching is a waste of time. Teaching duties are a waste of time. Teaching is not a waste of time for you if you consider it training. Use the chance to build competences beyond academia. You can do that when you tackle it with the right attitude. When you teach, you don't just help students to learn. When you apply didactic concepts during your teaching, then you learn for life. You learn for your future job, and potentially, let me tell you this, you would learn for your parenthood, because you're easily able to teach your children, if necessary, in a very effective way. The teaching duty forces you to understand concepts more deeply. You must, for example, go back to the basics of, for example, a simple method like PCR. And while you apply this PCR technique every day in the lab, and it's very simple and very straightforward, suddenly you have to think about the steps, the concepts, the basics, and how a beginner would learn this concept. So you ask yourself the question how to teach it, how to discuss it, and how to enforce the learning in the student rather than telling them everything over and over again. Putting you into this teaching task, you will also accelerate your own learning, because you have to think deeply about things that, yes, you know how to do them in the lab and you learned about them some time ago, but let's be real. If you think about the undergraduate courses, for example, those contents, you are surprised what you will learn behind the scenes information about concepts that you actually think you know everything about, but you don't need them every day, so you don't have them right here, but maybe in the back of your head, so it's time to grab a shovel and get them out of your storage center up there. So next time, when your inbox tells you something like you are a lab assistant in the genetics lab course, or could you give the lecture on basic of genetics or something else because somebody gets sick or a replacement is needed, don't be disencouraged, don't be mad, or don't consider it a waste of time. See it as a learning opportunity. Focus on the following competences. Focus on clarity, because you have to break down the complex concepts into simpler ideas. So you have to ask yourself, what's the minimal input given so that a student can understand it? Most of the time, if you have to step in for a lecture or assist in a course, you don't have the huge duty to make all the PowerPoint slides, the presentation, everything. Usually you step in and there is something provided. So you work with what you have, but still think about it. What is the minimal concept information to convey this message, this information? Another competence is engagement. This is keeping attention and sparking curiosity. Figure it out. Are you the calm type? Are you the funny type? Are you very outgoing? Are you more introvert? What's your mode of interacting with the students? Lab courses are a great possibility to simply, while talking to the students in a lab course environment and assisting, guiding, helping them to figure out what type of teacher personality are you and how can you use this to your advantage. Think about leadership. How can you be inspiring and not only informing? You are there to guide and help, but you're not there to answer all the questions with the right answer. Let's be real, not everybody knows everything at any stage of our academic life. So how do you react when you don't know the answer to a question? Do you involve the neighboring students? Do you involve the supervisor? Do you open a discussion? What do you do? And teaching duties, especially in the beginning, give you confidence. Confidence to speak about what you know, but also confidence to speak about things that you don't know. but in a scientific and very professional way. Another competence, and that's the one that I would like to distribute and share, is having a solid understanding about teaching concepts. That helps you to teach on all levels, to oversee the input, so the learning activities, the learning goals, and also the assessment, the exam, because it should be all aligned. I have several videos online where I discuss this matter. Maybe you also want to check the exam questions just for fun. Try if you would pass the exam. I did this, and I'm not ashamed to say I would not have passed every exam for any course that I had to assist or work in. And that shows you also where the blank spots are maybe, or what you have missed, or what was not emphasized enough in the lecture or the input session for a practical course. So you can learn a lot for your own learning and teaching and how to improve it in the future if it's your solo task. Yeah, and we always say time is money, right? Yeah, it is our lifetime that we spend at the workplace, and I tried to look at it like that. If I spend my time in a course, a workshop, a skill enhancement course, or with a teaching duty, then do I really want to waste this time? Do I want to say, oh, I could be in the lab, think with half of my brain about lab, and then only half of my brain is here? No, I will embrace the situation, I will 100% focus, and I get the maximum out for me. Because even if it's a bad teaching experience, the course is unorganized, you don't really know what your purpose is, students ask questions or don't ask questions, you will learn from such experiences a whole lot for your own life. So embrace it, get yourself in there, reflect on it afterwards, and take the experience with you, transform it into a competence, and then it's yours. And the moment that you wrap up your things in academia, you pack up your bag and you go home. Well, then you're ready. You're ready, you have some competences in your package and you take them with you. So for 99% of you academics out there, rethink teaching and the teaching and supervision tasks that come along your way while you are in academia. Let me know what you think. Let me know about your experiences. Let me know about your opinion on that. Even if you don't aim for a professorship, you're doing your PhD and you already know, it's nothing for me. Do you have teaching duties? Is it annoying? Do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy the interaction with the students? How do you approach it? Let me know, and happy teaching!